And my co-host will be with you in 1 second. Gotta do our Mr. Rogers thing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Happy Sunday. We got our co-host here, Susie Spaniel. It's not morning anymore, it's afternoon. So Susie is real active now. Normally we mess around and be out here early in the morning on a regular day. And Susie want to turn around and go to sleep. She still may turn around and go to sleep on us. You know? But today's show is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I hope you guys are excited and having an awesome, awesome day. Let's see what's going on here. We're only notifying people that, we're notifying people that you're live. Yeah. That's what's up. Good morning. All right. Might have something here. We might have something for this Sunday in June. Big up to all y'all. Ranking. Yes. It's June. I don't know exactly what day it is. They just run together, but I know today is a good day. We'll wait on a couple of you guys to come in. We don't start until 1. We got 2 minutes. Then we're going to get this popping off. Hopefully, we're able to do something smooth today. Learn a lot. Teach you about animal-human interaction, the things that you're doing that you can change, why your animals are doing the things that they're doing. We got a show today. Our show is big too, because our show today is, let me tell you, it's big, yo. It's ginormous, gigantic. Yeah, I'm making up words. You didn't know? I do that sometimes, maybe. Not really, but it's fun. To the whoop. Oh yeah, my co-host, call her Susie, we call her Tootie. Like on Facts of Life. Yeah, I don't know about that. Episode 21. Can we really feel that? Episode 21? We do this every single day for y'all. I already got the information. I want you to have the information so you can be the best pet owner in the whole wide world. Got to give you the information. So without further ado, Controlled episode 21. The most dangerous word in animal ownership. Assumptions. Y'all got that? The most dangerous word is assuming something. Assumptions. Because people make assumptions about what's going on with their animals all the time. Every day. They say, I think. And if you think, you don't know. So this show today is near and dear to my heart. Because think is a trigger word for me. Think does not fill the gap of knowing. You can only know what you want to know. You can't think it up. That ain't how it works. You need proof. We're not working on beliefs. We're working on I know this. And today I'm going to give you some things that you can say. I heard it, I researched it, and now I know it. Because that's how it works. Don't just take my word for any of these things. Today's show is presented by, not sponsored, presented by Master Christian LLC. I am Master Christian, your host. This is Tutu, Susie Spaniel, your co-host. You see she's ready for it. And we're going to go ahead and get control. Because that's what we need at home. We need to be controlled. Control yourself. Control your dog. Be positive. That's what it's all about. What is the most dangerous word in animal ownership? Most people expect answers like aggression, fear, neglect, anxiety. The answer is assumptions. Everyday dogs are surrounded because, hold on, I didn't get that right. Everyday dogs are surrendered because owners assume the dog is being stubborn. People get bitten because they assume the dog is friendly. Training fails because owners assume the dog understands. Animals suffer because someone assumed somebody else handled the responsibility. Today's episode is about how assumptions quietly create problems long before anyone notices them. Assumptions. Welcome to Control. And we're talking about assumptions, the invisible force behind many of the biggest mistakes made by owners, trainers, veterinarian professionals, shelters, groomers, and families. Assumptions feel harmless because they happen automatically. The problem is that animals don't respond to what we assume. They respond to reality. Can I get a yes on that? They don't respond to what we assume. They straight up respond to reality. I'm checking it out because we got to see what's going on the screen sometimes. Hello, hello, hello. I can say hi to you. We got that. How you doing? Don't assume that I'm not being active with you because I am. And I'm checking out everything that's going on. So if I can get to it and say hi back, hello, hello, hello. I'm saying it in the on screen because I appreciate everybody that comes here. I appreciate y'all every single day because without y'all, the word won't get passed. And we got to pass this word and make people better animal owners. Get people up on their game. Get people a high percentage of success because success is what we're looking for, right? In every aspect of everything we do. We don't want failure. We want success. People want to be successful. We here at 1 p.m. today on Sunday, and let's do it, y'all. Let's get some success in our lives. So let's start this off with why humans make assumptions. The human brain is designed to fill in gaps. Did you know that? Your brain, when you look at something, you don't got to look at it for a long time because your brain is going to fill in those gaps. When you think something, you don't got to get the right answer because your brain is going to fill in them gaps. It's designed to fill in the gaps. We assume because it saves time. It reduces mental effort. It helps us feel certain. It allows us to move quickly. The problem is that certainty and accuracy are not the same thing. When assumptions replace observation, mistakes begin. You can't assume that this is right. You got to go do your due diligence. Due diligence. You got to research. Somebody tell you something, you got to research to see if they're telling you right because people make up stuff all the time. And then you assume that it's correct. And assumption makes an ass out of me and you. That's what it is. We can't be assuming things all the time. Have you ever been completely confident about something your dog would do only to discover that you were wrong? Have you ever been completely confident about something your dog would do only to discover you were absolutely wrong? All the time. People tell me, my dog like this and they don't like that and they want to do this and they don't want to do that. My dog thinks like this. My dog, my dog, my dog. Okay, you got experience with your dog. I'm not going to knock your experience that you have with your dog. And you've been doing things and getting a certain response. But you just can't assume that that's how it's going to work all the time because assumptions And that's not how it worked. My mother used to assume that we didn't play her records because she told us not to. So she assumed that we were listening. And while she was gone, we in there playing the records, having a good time, because assuming that your children are listening to you is not the same as checking on them, following through, making sure this is going on. Assuming that when you let your dog out in the yard, it went to the bathroom and you didn't see it go, you have no idea that whether your dog went to the bathroom or it just sat out there and stared at the clouds or it sniffed the grass or it ran around, it had a party and it never went to the bathroom. The first question I ask people when they drop a dog off to me or when I pick a dog up is, when was the last time your dog went to the potty? When was the last time they used the bathroom? And what did they do? And they say, oh, I took him to the bathroom before I brought him over here. I said, okay. Now, I could take their word for them and assume that they were right. But the first thing I do when I get your dog in my hand, I walk over to the grass. I let your dog go in the grass and I stand still. And I keep on talking to you maybe, but I wait for the dog to exhaust all of the smells and see if it really went to the bathroom, because normally people tell me their dog already did all of this. So if I was to take your dog and put it up and give it a break soon as I get a hold of it, I'm gonna have a mess in the kennel. And that's not, in my experience, I can't assume, even though you're telling me this, and you may be telling me the truth, I can't assume that your dog doesn't have to go to the bathroom now. And you can't assume that either. That's why I tell you, before you go somewhere, take your dog to the bathroom before you put him in the car. When you get somewhere, take your dog to the bathroom when you get him out the car. You're gonna go in PetSmart or Petco or whatever the building is, the vet's office, your friend's house, even going back in your house. Always give your dog a chance. You see, it's a method to this. You see how I'm moving. Let your dog go to the bathroom. Do not assume that your dog doesn't have to go to the bathroom, because it's a lot of factors in that. And your dog may have been excited. So excited that it held it and didn't go, or so excited that it made it have to go again. But you got to give it the opportunity and not use your assumptions to say, my dog already went to the bathroom. I get people call me every single day and they say, I let my dog outside and then they come back in the house and use the bathroom. Did you go outside with your animal? Did you? If you didn't, do you know if they went to the bathroom? You are assuming because you opened the door and you got a fence out there, or you connected them to something and they were tied out there, that they decided to go to the bathroom. Don't assume that. You're going to be riding in your car thinking your dog done went to the bathroom and you didn't see him, and you're going to smell something. You're going to be sleeping in your bed thinking your dog went to the bathroom that last time you let him out. And you're going to get up out your bed to go somewhere and you're going to step in something. It's either going to be wet or it's going to be wet and mushy. You tell me. I've been there, done that. We're not here for that. If you go ahead and take the time to follow through with what you're doing, then you don't have to assume anything. Dogs bite. Know that. Don't assume, even if somebody tells you that their dog don't bite. It'll make you have a big problem, because a dog will bite you. Sure will. I know. I am Master Christian. Okay. Dangerous assumptions dog owners make. I thought he knew that command. I thought she was housebroken. I thought he liked children. I thought she would come when called. I thought somebody fed him. I thought he would never bite. Each of these statements have been spoken before a preventable problem occurred. Okay, so we back to that I thought and what I think thing. What you thought was made up in your head. What you think is made up in your head. So You don't want to go by what you're making up in your head. No out. You want to go by the information that you know. You want to know if the dog went to the bathroom. You want to know if the dog ate its food. You want to know the specifics about your animals. You want to know that they're safe and being taken care of. You drop them off to a doggy daycare. You want to know they got some cameras so you can view in and see what your dog is doing and see what the people working there are doing. Because everybody that works at a dog place is not a dog person. Everybody that works at the veterinarian office is not an animal person. These are professions, these are jobs that people take to pay their rent, to have the life that they're looking for. So you can't assume anything about your dog or anybody else. It would be of a detriment if you did, because these assumptions are bringing you to the point where you don't know what's going on. Research, people. That's what I put forward to you. I called it by a different name. Due diligence. That means you took the time to use your energy and effort to find out if this solution was correct. I thought I put Susie in that chair. No, I know I put Susie in that chair, and I'm looking at her on camera. It ain't about a thought. We're not thinking here. We're acting. We're actively doing what we need to do. That's what you got to be doing with your dog, your cat, your rat, your bat, your snake, whatever you got. Bringing that back to that snake thing. I used to have my snake out in my bedroom when I was a teenager, and I would sometimes sit back and fall asleep. Big 5 foot long albino Burmese python. And when I would wake up, he would be on the bed next to me. I wake up, he'd be gone. And we got cats in the house, but because I had a snake in my room and I normally kept him in his containment, people don't just open my bedroom door because there's cats in the house. But when I woke up, I assumed that he would be right there, but he wasn't. Now I'm searching. I'm looking. It's a snake loose in my house, and we got cats in the house. I find him in my closet under some folded blankets that were on the floor, up under there, staying warm. But my assumption could have created a big incident. If that snake would have got a hold of one of the cats, it would have been bad. He may have hurt the cat, but cats, boy, y'all just cats. They got claws, they got teeth, they can flip, they can dip. A cat like a weasel, it'll mess something up. So don't assume these things. Know what's going on. I used to make a lot of assumptions too. I try to keep the assumptions at a very small minimum. I try not to have them because that's not what it is. Let's see. I thought she was housebroken. What made you think that? Because the couple times you took her out, she went outside. Even when your dog is housebroken, potty trained, all of these things, they still, if they got to go to the bathroom, they got to go to the bathroom. And the result of them going to the bathroom cannot be you being angry. It can't be, because they didn't go to the bathroom. People tell me all the time, the dog went to the bathroom because they was mad at me. The dog not going to the bathroom out of anger. Dog is going to the bathroom because they need to go to the bathroom. They need to go to the bathroom. You didn't know? They need to go. And if you don't get them out in that time frame that they need to be out, you're controlling everything. You fed them at a certain time. You need to build that schedule to get them out at a certain time. Over and over and over again. Your schedule, when you have captured an animal, needs to be consistent. So don't be assuming these things, because you'll get caught up in that assumption and you'll have a mess on your floor. And now you clean it up and you got an attitude because you think it's against you. I had a lady tell me that she takes her dog every morning on a 3-mile walk. Every morning, because that's her exercise. They do 3 miles. Dog goes to the bathroom. When they get back home, she gets ready for work. In the time she's getting ready for work, the dog has gone to the bathroom again. Now see, this is data that we're collecting. Dog pooped in the house after they get back. So the thing about that is, if the dog pooped in the house after they got back, and the dog is doing this every time, every morning when you take it on this long walk, then what you need to do is you come in, you make some time to do this. You come in after your long walk and your dog done use the bathroom. You brush your teeth or do something short. Then you go grab your dog and you take them back out. And like I said, potty it's a method to taking them to potty. It's not walking around with them. You don't need motion to get pee and poop. What you need to do is stand still and let the dog do the motion. Every time you move, you're giving them more smells, more things that are distracting them from going to the bathroom. So you stand still, let them get in the grass, however you got it, and you let them use the bathroom. But what she got to do is, since you know that while you trying to take a shower, your dog goes to the bathroom again, before you take that shower, you take your dog to the bathroom again, and you wait on them to go, because you have what is called a double pooper. Some dogs are single poopers, some dogs are double poopers, some dogs are triple poopers. You just and sometimes that changes on any given day. But when you collect this data and you know that every time you come back from the walk and you go in while you shower and the dog goes to the bathroom in your house, and you can fix that, but you can't feel like that's against you. Oh yeah, they're just mad because I'm about to leave. Your dog cared less about you leaving. It had to go to the bathroom again. Stop putting all this on the animal and put it on you. You the one need to wear that. You the one needs to be aware of what's going on. And that's what I do. When you call me, I listen. And I listen. And when you're done talking, I ask a short question. Then I ask another question. When I get the answers I need, I process it. And first and foremost, you guys have the answers already. You're just not able to tear that information that you've been collecting up and fix it in a way that it works for you. But you got the answer. All of you have the answers because you are the human aspect of what's going on here. The dog didn't walk up to you and say, hey, buddy, take me home. The cat didn't say, meow, I want to be in your house. No, you chose to do this. So now, getting this kind of information, getting this kind of education, getting this kind of love that I'm giving to you, because that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you love here. Love. But getting this is going to make you better at the task at hand. I'm not here to tell you you're doing anything wrong. I'm here to tell you you're doing a great job, but we can make it better. And I can even be better. I am not the best at the things that I do. I'm pretty good. But being the best means that there's no room for improvement. And there's always room for improvement. But what I try to do is keep those assumptions away from me. Because assumptions have you messed up. Very messed up. So let's move on. And just what I was talking about. Assumptions versus observation. Observation asks, what has the animal actually demonstrated? Assumptions ask, what do I believe the animal knows? Great trainers observe, great handlers observe, great leaders observe. Animals communicate constantly through behavior. The question is whether people are paying attention. Now, just because you're looking at something don't mean you're paying attention. When you're paying attention, that means you get that information and you're able to use that information to make things better for yourself. Yeah, because if you can't use that information, then you got to come find somebody that can help you use that information. And even when I help you use that information, we're going to break right here and say thumb through the loop. I get so much pushback showing people how to hold a leash that you wouldn't believe, because they say, no, I do it like this, it works better. You need a standard. You need a way to keep your dog safe no matter what. And what I'm showing you here has been proven over years and years in my experience. But somebody taught me this. So they were doing it before I started doing it. They were handling this leash before I started handling it. And I see people, I saw a live the other day. No out. I saw a live the other day. Man had a Rottweiler on a short leash and he was teaching people and he was shorting it out and he was saying, no, you got to do like this and you got to do like this. Sorry. I see it's working for you. And with Rottweilers are a different beast. They got something else going on. I bred Rottweilers. I know Rottweilers. I love Rottweilers. But that short leash, you want to have the right kind of equipment. You want a 5-foot long leather lead. You don't want to assume about anything. I'm taking the assumption out this game right here. I'm showing you what works, how it works, and how to do it. Because you want to be, you want to be very functional. Hey, calm down, y'all. You want to be very functional. You want things to work for you the first time you do it. Not maybe work, almost work. And what I'm telling you about this ain't about assuming. This works no matter what's going on. And that's how you got to do this. And yeah, I got to talk through the barking because I'm not in there to stop them. I could shoot a word in there and it might happen. I could say no. I could say, hey, be quiet. I could do a lot of that. But, hey, I'm not in there to stop it. I'm not in there to hook them up and make sure that that works. And that's the only way. You got to be a part of it to fix the problem. So I'm showing y'all how to do it. That means you got to be a part of it to fix the problem. You have to engage physically to fix the problem. You can't verbally control anything with a brain with your voice. That's out. Throw that out. Take that, ball it up, throw it out. Don't even put it in your garbage. Put it outside in the garbage so the garbage man can come get it. It don't even need to sit in your kitchen. You cannot control living things with your voice. Not if you're the authority, not if you got a weapon, not if you bigger than. Every time you say something, it's a choice of the listener whether to do what you're saying or not. Understand that. So observations are what's going to teach you because you're observing what's going on, but you got to know the next move to make. When you're playing chess, you got to watch the move that's made and what they doing, not just that last move. What are they setting up? So I'm good at chess, but once I picked up some chess books, I got much better because smart people are using systems and methods on you. And that's what you want to use. Systems and methods. Techniques, even. If you're not using that, you're behind and you're making mistakes that could have been avoided. So, where we at? Where we at? Assumptions in professional animal care. Veterinarian clinics, shelters, rescues, grooming facilities, kennels, boarding operations, and training businesses face the same challenges. Examples are assuming records are accurate, assuming a dog is comfortable, assuming medications were administered, assuming a handler understands protocol, assuming a warning was communicated. Professional excellence comes from verification. So instead of assuming all these things, just like I said, you got to take the dog out, you got to go out with it. That's verifying what you're looking for. If you don't have verification, these assumptions are going to come back and bite you. They're going to bite you more than the dog is. Because why have to do all these things twice when you can do them once? You can go outside and make sure your dog went to the bathroom. Then you know, I got X amount of time before they got to go again because I've been building this schedule. And they're going to hold it as they get older. Their bowels get bigger. Their bladder gets bigger. They can hold it longer. Their intestines get bigger. They can hold it longer. That don't mean they got to. But when you're dealing with young animals, they got to go. They got small organs. They may drink a lot of water. You may not sit. No sit. You may assume you know how much to feed them and not read the back of the food. And now you're overfeeding them, so they're overstuffed, and they're gonna have to use the bathroom a lot more. I saw an X-ray of my dog one day, and I saw from right here all the way down. I'm like, what's all this dark going on in here? What's this? They said dog food. Dog food. The whole dog. You can see the dog food in the stomach, and all the way down the body, you can see dog food. That ain't how they supposed to be all day. That's gonna make them slow, sluggish, pooping all the time, and it's just not comfortable. When you read the bag of the back of the bag has recommendations on it. Don't assume that I can eyeball this. What? Don't eyeball nothing. Look at the recommendations. Make a hard decision on how much you're gonna feed, and then make your adjustments from there. Because if you just assume it, it's a mistake. And that goes for professionals, because they don't, everywhere your dog goes, they're not administering the food. You should read, and when you take the food with you, you should put instructions on the food so they know how much you want to feed your dog. You give it to them. Because just because they're professionals know how doesn't mean they know how to do this. You got to stop letting things go like people know, like you know, and do your research. The research is simple. You read the back of the bag. That's easy research. Easy peasy. Excuse me. Be quiet, y'all. Thank you. See, I was able to get a little closer, but as you can see, just because I said it no out, that ain't nothing. That's the example that's being set. Just because I can go over there and get closer, I'm not in there. And I know they're going to bark some more because I'm out here doing a show. And they want to be part of the show. Tomorrow, no Lexi. Tomorrow, we'll bring them all out and they can be the 4 co-hosts from you know where. Susan, you paying attention? You the co-host. All right. So, what assumptions about your pet turned out to be wrong? No, royalty. What assumptions turned out to be wrong? What assumptions turned out to be wrong? You know, you've been assuming a lot, and you know you ran into wrong things. Be quiet, y'all. I'm coming in a minute. I love y'all. Okay, thank you. That's how you got to do it. You got to treat them like babies. Okay. Has your dog ever surprised you? You can put that in the comments. Ever been surprised by your dog? Ever came back and they had a surprise for you waiting? Whether it was they went to the bathroom or they done tore your whole house up. Surprise, surprise. Have assumptions ever caused problems in your household? Yeah, because I thought you put the dog up and then I opened the door. I thought you put the dog up and I opened the door. And the dog ran out the door. No royalty. The dog ran right on out the house because I thought you put the dog up. You can't be thinking about putting the dog up. You got to go make sure that the dog is put up. Because if you're doing all this thinking, that's not enough action. And this thinking going to get you in trouble. Believe me. What behavior do people misunderstand often? And probably their own. But I'm going to let y'all answer that. They don't listen. People are waiting to speak. So listening is kind of hard when you always waiting to speak. And listening is a gift from God. Because you're going to find out what's going on when you listen. When you always waiting to speak, hey, that's how that works. What assumptions do people make about their dogs that bother you? Oh, the big assumption people make about their dogs is, my dog don't bite. Now, this dog right here, I can 80% or higher say she don't bite. She only bites bones, toys, food, stuff like that. But I'm not going to give you 100% and say she's not going to bite. She's the sweetest thing in the whole wide world. But she will bite you because she's a dog. People bite you. Cats bite you. All of that. I had People come one day for an evaluation, and they had an aggressive dog. Dog been in the backyard. It's been barking. The kids been messing with it and everything. It goes after dogs. I asked him, has your dog ever bitten a person? No, he's good around people. He doesn't bite people. We've never had an instance where he bit a person. So I said, okay, but I'm looking at the dog and I'm looking at the dog's behavior and what the dog is giving me. I'm reading the dog, and what I'm reading on the dog says that this dog bites, and not just bites dogs. But this is what I do. So I went on ahead. Hey, here, hook my leash to him. Okay, we chilled for a minute. The dog, okay, I brought the dog on the side of me. We chilling. And the dog turns, looks. I said, okay, here he goes. Maybe I can catch him before he does it. The dog turns, and before I could catch him, he had my leg. And I had to bring him up and get him up off of me. So then I got to give him back to the people, and they say, well, what do you think? I said, I think we need to go ahead and wrap this session up. Your dog bites. He bites people for no reason whatsoever, because I've never had a dog just be on leash, just standing there and decide to turn his head and bite me. But I saw it coming. I said, I'm going to clean my wound up. I'm bleeding pretty good right now underneath my pants. I pulled it up. Oh, he got me good. And I told him, I don't think we should go through with this training, because y'all got to figure out what y'all doing, because y'all hyping the dog up every day and teaching them some commands and things aren't going to fix that. Now, I can help you guys start moving better. But first, I got to help you guys move better before I dedicate the time to train your dog, and it's going to go back to the same situation. I'm not just here to take everybody's whatever they come in to bring. Their dog, their money, none of the such. I turn people away as well. If I don't feel like you're a good fit to what we're doing, if I don't feel like you're going to be able to listen, and I'm paid attention, I listen to what you're talking about, I'll tell you, I can't help you. I can help you, but I can't help you in the way that you're looking for. And that's how this rolls. Sorry. Everybody, we can't fix everybody's situation. The cost of assumptions cost trust, time, progress, relationships, safety, money sometimes. Assumption costs lives. The major incidents begin with the small, unverified belief. No out. No out. Small, unverified belief. You believe that your dog doesn't bite because your dog has never bitten. You believe your cat is nice because your cat ain't never scratched you. You believe these things are going to work the way you want them to work, but they don't. Stop assuming, start verifying, start waiting on it to see what's going to happen, because that makes you better. No out, no down. Good boys, good girl. So you got to take it upon yourself to make these adjustments. I can only make suggestions. My suggestions are probably good because, like I told you, I bleed for this indiscriminately. If I get bitten, I go clean it up. I get some alcohol, get some Band-Aids, I clean it up and keep it moving. Now, I'm not saying I like to be bitten, but I'm not afraid because I know what I'm dealing with. It is what it is. It's an animal. And animals sometimes decide to defend themselves just because. It is what it is. What we want to do is replace your assumption with better habits. Instead of assuming, verify. Instead of guessing, observe. Instead of expecting, teach. Instead of believing, measure. Successful animal ownership requires evidence, not assumptions. If you want to be successful with your animal, you got to verify. You got to use the evidence that's in front of you. You got to test it. You got to see what could possibly happen, and then make your move. Don't be apprehensive. Don't be scared. You just got to work with it, because if you're using your equipment, you in control of your dog. No matter what kind of collar you got on your dog, you got them by their neck if you have a collar around their neck and you connect to it. Now, harnesses, you're going to assume that they're not going to pull, but harnesses are made for pulling. Let's just throw that one in. So when you hook a dog to a harness, you got them like this. And if it's not a kind of harness that is hooked right here and you can make some adjustments like it's around their neck, then they're going to pull you. That's what harnesses was made for. It was made for an ox to plow the field. Let me tell you. Haven't seen no oxes lately, have you? All right. This topic extends far beyond dogs. People assume intentions, motivations, feelings, character, loyalty. Many broken relationships begin with assumptions that were never tested. The same principle applies to leadership, parenting, business, and personal growth. You got to stop assuming things and start verifying what's going on. People gonna tell you anything and everything. Do not take their word as fact. It's not a matter of fact until you research it and find out whether this is factual information. And you can do that. It may take a little time. And I know busy people don't got a lot of time. But take some time so you can be successful. Because success is not something that just falls on you. Success is something that you work for, and you continue to work for it after you become successful. Because if you fall off, you're going to fall off. Yeah, and I'm being real interactive today. So if you say hi, hello, 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 everybody. It's Sunday. No out? No out? Let's see if that one works. Susan, sit. No out? See, when she dances around in the chair, it tells them to bark. It's the wildest thing. They want to bark because they want to be out here to play as well. Out means get that out. Let that go. I don't want to hear it no more. But we can't verbally control these things. They have a brain. They have a heart. They are alive. You got to understand that. So what are our takeaways today? Animals respond to reality, not assumptions. Observation beats expectation. Communication prevents confusion. Verification prevents mistakes. Accountability grows when assumptions disappear. Great owners focus on what is demonstrated, not what is imagined. I'm going to drop the mic on that. Great owners focus on what is demonstrated, not what is imagined. That's how this works. Hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Glad that y'all came to stop by on this Sunday. We are looking for a title sponsor. If y'all want to get shouted out on the show and get your logos on the website and everything, y'all want to push the show forward, subscribe. We looking for some title sponsors. We looking to be able to work with some people to help them with their dogs, their cats, their rats, their bats, their whatever you got. And I am Master Christian. This show was presented by Master Christian LLC. For the next 7 days, catch yourself every time you say, I thought. Ask yourself, did I know or did I assume? That single question can improve your relationship with your dog, your family, your team, yourself. That's what we're talking about. So this has been Controlled, episode 21, Assumptions with Master Christian. Y'all have a great Sunday. Love y'all. We out. Peace.